What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. It's your boy Terabyt Reacts in the house. Final episode. We made it to the end of the season. Final episode of season 4, The Sopranos. Man, this has been a great journey, great season. I don't know how they're gonna wrap it up. One of the things that I think I did not address in my last review, what happened in episode 12, was the situation with Carmela and Furio, because she's heartbroken by this, obviously, right? She's heartbroken by it. Should she be heartbroken by this? You know, I think a lot of the emotional stuff that she's going through right now is because Furio moved back to Italy, and she's feeling some sort of way about it, because obviously it seems like she actually fell for the guy, even though they didn't do anything. Furio was basically trying to protect himself by leaving, because he knows that if he sleeps with this woman, you basically in some ways are throwing away your own life for this relationship. You know what I'm saying? And it wouldn't have been cool. It would not have been cool for him to do that, you know. So he, yeah, I mean, if I was him, I probably would have did the same thing, because I mean, you're in love with another man's wife. You know that if you sleep with his wife, and if Tony finds out, you know it's clap clap. You know what I'm saying? You know it's clap clap. So either way, you probably would have had to move back to Italy either way. You know what I mean? So I don't know if all of that is going to come out into the open in this final episode, but we'll definitely see. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for showing up for this season as well. I appreciate you guys. I thank you guys for tuning in every single day during the week to watch The Sopranos episode. One more season down, 2 to go, and I'll see you guys whenever whenever it is next. Whenever I decide to do season 5, I will see you guys then. See you guys again. Well, for me, I'm not recording again for another 2 weeks, so it's good. So I'll see you guys at the end for the season review and also the review for the episode. Let's get it.
I told you didn't have to come.
Yeah, let you drive yourself when you look this bad. Yeah.
He's out. He looks good.
I'll talk to him. Get a sense.
Okay.
Oh, Chrissy's out. Okay.
Hey.
Cousin's out of rehab. Looks good.
Okay, sorry about that. So, lime titers, cert rate, inconclusive. Score of 1 for the Italians. You don't have lupus.
Thank God for that, huh?
Think we might be looking at viral syndrome, maybe mono.
God,
How's your emotional level? Stress off the charts lately, like all of us?
what do you mean?
Death, major change of any kind?
Just the usual. One day runs into the next.
Stay on the Advil. Your temperature goes up, you call me.
You know, it's amazing. I got a relative who's got a heroin problem. Now, the people that need drugs, all they can get is shit like Advil.
Thank you for coming. That was Grove Street.
I gotta make a stop down in Seabright.
Tony, I don't feel well.
You get some sea air. We'll stop at bars. You won't have to cook.
Damn it. Yeah, I really want lobster. Where did this come from?
Well, that's if we can get it.
That is a huge amount of money. And your construction project shut down.
Oh, well, that can't last forever. And it's for the family. As the kids get older, it gets harder to keep us all together, but this is a draw. Bring friends down, have big cookouts, jet ski. And for us too, though. When we were piss poor, this was the biggest caviar wish we could come up with. Kind of reminds you of the Kennedy compound, don't it?
Can I ask you why they're selling? My husband said if we can get it.
Well, there is a buyer already. In fact, the house is sold. But there's a chance that these buyers won't qualify for financing. And I know the owner, Alan. He lives just next door here. He's an attorney. If you're offering cash, I thought you should at least see the place.
So it's not really for sale. It's just as well, because we really couldn't swing this.
Oh, there's Al.
The lawyer and a painter.
The jury has claimed they are deadlocked. However, I'm inclined to agree with prosecution. I'm going to give them additional time to reach a verdict.
We should have had a hung jury mistrial. Object for Christ's sake. Allen charge. It has to play out.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've communicated that you feel that you're unable to come to a unanimous verdict in this case. Now, I know that you've been at it for a while, and it can be frustrating, but we've all spent a lot of time on this trial. And being as I have no reason to believe that another jury with the same evidence would be better able to reach a verdict, I'm going to ask you to go back in there and reason with each other and apply the law and come back in here with a verdict.
What's going on?
You know, it does seem like a good value, even at that price. Waterfront property in that area. We probably wouldn't get hurt as an investment.
Well, you're the one that took real estate classes. Didn't you say that a person shouldn't look at a house as an investment?
Because it's not.
I know you. I know the place you'll sell, and I'll be the wet blanket.
I'll sulk. I was sleeping.
A house can be an investment
me to
depending
sign
on
off,
what you're buying it
We
for.
probably wouldn't lose money.
But anytime you're buying a house for like
If you don't want to go through with it, believe me, that's fine too.
a house is never really considered an asset if you don't plan it to buy it cash. But
If you did, Virginia Lupo's phone number is on the bureau, and, you know, it's better to act quickly if, you know, more is lost by indecision than by wrong decision. That's all I'm saying.
Which one of the 12 steps you on now?
The only one I haven't exactly done is go around to all the people I fucked over while I was using it and apologize.
Maybe you shouldn't do that one. Well, let sleeping dogs lie.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe in a couple of cases I'll send flowers or cash in some cases.
If I do it, what do you do for me?
I take a sad song and make it better. With the other families, as regards you. It's smart to have reservations. But there's differences between this and Castellano. Yes, you still got the 4 other families who could raise a stink. But Andy's my brother-in-law. I have their ear.
I'm gonna pass.
Fuck are you talking about?
I'm taking all the risk.
Fuck were you talking about last time? What would it take?
Fuck even 1 percentage point. All claims to my HUD business are irrigated.
All right.
All future construction projects, 60-40, in my favor. What I'm gonna tell you is for your ears only. And chills. We're gonna take out Carmine Lupatazzi.
Johnny Sack's gonna go to war, Tom.
No, he's not. That's right. See, Carmine's got major income besides construction. Johnny don't. The only other person hurting worse than either of these pricks is me.
Whacking a boss of one of the 5 families? Johnny's a snaky fuck.
Well, that's something to be considered. But remember also how deeply hurt fucking Johnny felt over Carmine. Not backing him on those slurs against Ginny.
Life's funny, huh?
Carmine never made that right with John. I knew back then that was a mistake.
Gonna hit Carmine soon?
If I'm gonna buy this house, I need the Esplanade scratch. It shouldn't look like what it is. Home invasion, carjacking, fucking ingrown toenail.
You know these black guys from Irvington.
Well, that's the right idea. It can never get out who whacked the old fuck. Are they trustworthy, these guys?
Yeah.
Make sure.
Praise the Lord, huh? For sobriety.
The higher power. That 12-step shit doing for you?
Yeah. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, we sold you H when that was your thing. Instead, we here when it's whacking time in Brooklyn.
It should look like a carjack.
See? That's why you came to us. That's some stereotyping shit.
He goes mall walking inside King's Plaza, 7 a.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays, regular. Macy's entrance, Avenue U and Flatbush.
You get the down payment?
I used to go to that mall, actually. King's Plaza.
Next time you hear.
When I was in New York.
AJ, I've got it! Hello. Tonya loves me, you know?
If it wasn't for his kids, you would be out on the street.
What do you want?
Well, I thought you might want to know we have some sadness in common. He's been sleeping with my cousin Svetlana. That's right. While she was taking care of his uncle. Hello?
You piece of shit.
Yes, I'm a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit which the world every morning strains and pushes out of its butt. So if you can, imagine where you're on the pecking order.
You call my house again. You ever speak to one of my children again, I will track you down and I will kill you. We have got guns here. I mean it.
You remember my cousin. She was also his mama's caregiver with the one leg. It is so absurd. Why would I make it up?
Poor Carmela, man.
Calm. What's the matter? Calm, what did I do now, huh? Calm. What did I do? Huh? What did I do? Your mother told you what I said to your father about her psoriasis. I was just trying to be honest with her.
You have made a fool of me for years with these whores. Now it's come into our home.
What are you talking about?
The Russian called. Your son answered the telephone.
Oh, Jesus. She's insane. She's fucking certifiable. I told you. You can't believe nothing she says, whatever it is. And we haven't seen each other like that. I swear to Christ. I told you.
What about her cousin?
No.
The nurse who took care of your mother, who I liked? Who I talked to on the telephone about your mother's alopecia and her bowel movements, who you told me came from an agency? Who
shared vodka with the night your mother died? You've been fucking her?
There is not a shred of truth in that.
Why would the cousin make it up? Because she's jealous! Why you fuck... Let go of me!
God, man.
Calm.
Just get out, Tony. Don't even say anything.
I'm not going anywhere, and you know it. So let's just lie down. We'll calm down.
Get your hands off of me! Don't you touch me ever again.
Where's AJ?
So you've had a one-legged one now, huh? That's nice. You've had quite a time on my watch. The preschool assistant, the weightlifter.
At least I never stole from you.
Who stole, Tony? Who, me?
My own wife, 40 grand, from the bird feeder.
Bird feeder, listen to yourself. You sound demented. But you want to hit me, Tony, go ahead. Just go away, please. I can't stand it anymore.
I didn't do it.
I found your fingernail, Tony. You saw it that day on your night table. I found it and I put it there. I know you saw it.
That...
What? That what?
Nothing.
It wasn't her fingernail, though.
What?
You know what I don't understand, Tony? What does she have that I don't have?
I did not carry on an affair with the cousin, and I will take a goddamn polygraph to that effect.
I want you to leave this house, Tony. Please. I want you to leave me alone.
What about the kids?
Yeah, it's horrible. God help them.
She's not there. Probably she hides on Brighton Beach. She blames you for Ronnie Zellman. You beat him with belt. He fell weak in front of her. She told me he couldn't perform. They broke up not so long after.
Oh, fuck that.
Why did you tell
Who
that?
told her about us? Not you, please. It was what's her name, right? The fucking one who walked in on us.
Branca. We had bad argument over FICA and Federalist Holding. I take from her paycheck.
Jesus fucking Christ. FICA and Federal Withholding. I gotta go home tomorrow. And I gotta tell my kids we're separating. It's gonna rip them up.
Divorce is very hard for kids. After this, they don't trust. I'm child of divorce.
Shouldn't have been drinking in the afternoon. How about a little sympathy here? What do you got, fucking ice in your vein?
I had ice in my veins on your uncle couch.
Most expensive piece of ass I ever had.
Right. I know what you are thinking, too. Take care, Tony. You're a strong guy. You'll be all right.
Sup?
how's it going with Christopher? Good. The place was a godsend. So the wedding's back on? We haven't talked about it. Except what? Well, he says he isn't sure anymore he'd be a good father. After killing my dog. You have kids?
So how's Tony? He's been house hunting down the shore?
Beautiful place, too.
What about Ralph? Cifaretto, heard anything there?
Chrissy says he has a pretty serious drug problem, too. May have hit bottom somewheres. Chrissy says he wants to, you know, help get him in recovery when he resurfaces. You know Ralph's second in command, Vito?
Yeah, the fat guy.
When Christopher was away, I had that asshole calling me every 5 minutes to see if I needed anything.
No. Does Christopher know?
You kidding me? He'd kill him. Not really. I mean, you know, he'd be angry. I'm supposed to meet my mom.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
This episode was one of those. Carmela has a right to be mad, though. Like, I can't even front. I know I should have talked right after the scene, but the situation that's happened between Carmela, mind you, brilliantly acted scene, but we were heading down this road from a very long time. I was wondering when it was going to happen. You know, as I said, these two kind of deserve to be with each other. Not in the sense of, you know, infidelity, but in the sense of, you know, their ties. How they tie to each other. You get what I'm saying? So they were heading down this road for a very long time. You know, it's just come to a head right now. And it's terrible. It's terrible because this could create a rift. That Russian girl, man, Irina, whatever her name is just a thorn, man. As I said before, like, I don't know what her purpose is in the show other than just to be a thorn in Tony's side, just over and over again. Every season, she's involved somehow, some way. They find a way to bring her back, and it's like at one point I was saying that it's probably because of nepotism, because the storyline for her, it's we could do without it. You know what I'm saying? It kind of feels like she probably knows somebody why she's still in the show, because I'm just like, they could have used any other likable character that was, you know, that could have been, but she was like the original Gulmar. So it's like, I guess they wanted to keep her in the show to be like a thorn in Tony's side, and it ended up that she's the one that's causing the separation between him and Carm right now, because he's not really seeing anybody right now. There's nobody. He broke it off with Valentina. You know, Svetlana didn't want him like that. You know, so he's not really fooling around with anybody right now. Not that I'm trying to excuse this entire situation. As I said, it's been a long time coming. You know, I wouldn't have been surprised if it ended up like in the final season. It ended up that Carmela divorces Tony. I don't know what's going to be the repercussions of this. Let's keep watching.
Just talk to Carmine.
Got a pretty wife, though.
He's ready to settle.
Are you kidding me? Everything's in motion.
Welcome to my world.
That's it. I'm sorry to learn about the marital situation, Tony. Our thing is more than a likelihood. One of us suffers a personal tragedy, falls ill, and whatnot. We all feel it deeply, no matter what kind of acrimony is in the air.
What's in the air is you're losing money out your ass.
We all agree we want to get back to earning. But I reiterate again, Zellman had a hand in HUD, so I can't, as a matter of principle, relinquish my claim.
So?
I said 40, you said 5.5, which was ridiculous. Let's split the difference. 20%.
15.
You know what? In the interest of putting this shit to bed, if that's what it's gonna take, 15.
Good.
My son was a big help in all this. I want you always to remember that. Even after I'm gone. But I'm not going no place.
Healthy as a fucking rhino, this guy.
You stay that way, huh?
It was because of Furio, wasn't it?
Who said anything about Furio? I have never been unfaithful to your father.
Daddy was.
This is not something I want to talk about, I'm sorry. Not now, not ever.
Jesus, how could you eat shit from him for all those years?
I don't know, Meadow. I don't know. They don't like it when it hits home. That's the thing. Once it gets home, like women always, they for the most part, in case when they do know and they stay, they don't want it to hit home. They don't want it like any of the mistresses to show up at their doorstep, you know, where they live and stuff like that. As long as that shit don't hit home, a lot of women will tolerate whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, hey. It's a tough episode to watch. You do know that it's not...
Jesus, you scared me to death.
This is my house, Carmela, and I'm not leaving.
Get out of here, Tony. I asked you once nicely.
All right, look. I know what happened was wrong. I was an asshole. And I apologize. I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
I said get out.
Make me.
I have an appointment with a lawyer, Tony. I will get a restraining order.
A lawyer? Go ahead. Call him. Here. Here's my phone.
Fine, stay.
Come here. You're not going anywhere.
Let go of me. Your son will be home. Do you want him to see his father like this?
Yeah, you'd love that, wouldn't you? I'm not leaving here, Carmela.
I don't love you anymore. I don't want you. You are not sleeping in my bed, Tony. The thought of it now makes me sick.
Jesus Christ almighty, I'm going fucking crazy.
That was some crazy
Thanks, by the way,
shit,
for
bro.
drinking wine in front of me.
Hello? Call it off.
The old guy.
Yeah? Something don't make sense here.
You think it's a setup?
Not necessarily, but... My friend is very anxious to pass the ball to Brick. But nobody can notice was ever considered.
I'll offer my guys half of what they'd have got.
That should do it. I just want you to make sure. I told you that.
So it behooves us to protect what we've earned and to enhance.
It's all there.
You get to taste the triple of the H again? Don't forget to call us.
Like we said, you're gonna keep this quiet.
I got the mouth on the statue, nigga.
Word. See you around.
He ain't quit. He's just freshening up.
Don't say jack shit to Kaisha about this, or she be haunting my ass for that child support.
Well,
Fuck you.
It's gonna cost you $3.
You know what, Tony? What's done is done. We are where we are, and it's for the best. But just for the record, or it might even interest you to know, that I might actually have gone on with your cheating and your bullshit if your attitude around here had been even the least bit loving, cooperative, interested.
Whose idea was Whitecaps?
Just a bigger version of an emerald ring, so you can keep on with your other life.
You don't know me at all.
I know you better than anybody, Tony, even your friends. Which is probably why you hate me.
Hate you? Oh, don't worry. I'm going to hell when I die. Nice thing to say to a person heading into an MRI.
that was a super miss. And this is what I'm saying when a lot of times when women misunderstand a lot of things. And as I said, I say this not to I say this not to excuse Tony's behavior. It's not what I'm trying to do, ladies. It is not what I'm trying to do. Tony is a scumbag for cheating on Carmela, all this other stuff. But the fact of the matter is, she dealt with this for years. Her talking about if he was loving, interested, all of this other stuff is kind of bullshit. It's kind of bullshit. Because I really do believe that that Tony loves her. It's just that people love differently, man. People love differently, and that's one of the things that women will never understand because they expect us to love them the way how they love. And it's not the same. It's so not the same. You get what I'm saying? People say love is love. No. It's not so simple, you know, and that's why it's so hard to explain. It's so hard to explain is because trust me, Tony was interested in Carmela. I don't care, you know, what you want to say. If you want to say he's a cheater, all of this other stuff, but he cared about her. He cared about her. It might not be, you know, entirely how you would expect it to be, or the way how you would expect a husband, to love a wife, but he really did care about her. So I think the way how she's interpreting it from her experience, from her perspective, is that Tony never loved her. She went as far to say that he hates her. And I'm just like, wow. I don't think it goes that far. And that's why Tony is like, I hate you. And that's why he said, you don't know me at all. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
You know, Tony, I've always been sorry I said that. You were my guy. You could be so sweet. Nobody could make me laugh like you.
Carmela, who the fuck did you think I was when you married me, huh? You knew my father. You grew up around Dickie Moltisanti and your Uncle Eddie. Where do you get off acting all surprised and miffed when there were women on the side? You knew the deal.
Deal?
And your mother can talk all she wants about what's his name and his fucking chain of drugstores. You and I both know that the other boyfriend you were debating marrying was Jerry Toofy with his father's snowplow business. And we now know that that wouldn't have suited you at all.
You really don't hear me, do you? You think for me it's all about things.
No, I forced all this shit on you. What you really crave is a little Hyundai and a simple gold heart on a chain.
You were so fucking hateful. Can I tell you something, Tony?
Don't pretend like I got a choice.
The last year, I have been dreaming and fantasizing and in love with Furio. Every morning when he'd come to pick you up, I would look forward to it all night long in bed, next to you. Those nights when you were actually in the bed. And he would ring the doorbell. I felt like my heart would come out of my chest. He would smile, and we'd talk, and then you would come down the stairs. And I felt probably like someone who was terminally ill, and somehow they managed to forget it for a minute. And then it all comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Just the idea of me with the fucking real estate license!
Free to sit back for 20 fucking years and fiddle with the air conditioning and fucking bitch and complain and fucking bitch to me, to your priest. Fuck it.
Who knew all this time you wanted Tracy and Hepburn? Well, Tony, what about the 1,000 other fucking pigs you had your dick in over the years? The strippers, the cocktail waitresses. Were you best friends with all of them, too?
You fucking hypocrite.
She just said that Furio shit to get him angry. At this point, it's you know, it's the fight over who's better than who, and y'all not really making a good case for either of y'all.
Judge is calling you all into the courtroom.
Ask what jury it is, because it's like a privacy
Ladies and gentlemen
thing.
of the jury, I see that you are hopelessly deadlocked, and I have no choice but to declare a mistrial. I know that you did the best you could. You have performed a valuable service. You may be excused.
Welcome.
Ben, stay in touch. Call me when your grandson is born.
I wouldn't want to think of you on that day.
You been waiting long? Sorry, I was interviewing divorce lawyers.
Ah, that's what I always ask myself. Is it worth it financially?
You and Ginny are the old married couple.
Marriage can be very hard work if both aren't pulling that load. I was wondering, why the delay?
I was gonna call you. You're not gonna be happy. I'm out. Well, whacking a boss is bad for business. And now that he's settled, we can weather it. It's not just the internal upheaval. Mr. and Mrs. John Q. America. By and large, they sit still for a shit. So people get ripped off. They figure it's not them. But if it's the fucking OK Corral out there, the feds take heat.
Tony, this is very disappointing.
I know. But he's an old man. Come on, you're gonna get your chance soon enough.
Don't go into coaching, Tony. It's not your long suit.
What I was gonna say.
Tomorrow I go into work. Creeps on this petty pace. And I take orders from him again? You're that disgusting fucking cocksucker idiot son of his!
I shouldn't be hearing that.
Oh, really?
What I was gonna say was, it's a major step. But if you want to do it without me as a partner, you do what you gotta do. I will never, ever reveal any conversation we ever had.
The thing is, we had those conversations. Your mouth was moving along with mine. So now we just go back about our business at the Esplanade like it never happened?
Well, yeah, that would be the healthy choice.
Healthy for who? Why the fuck would I ever trust somebody who would leave me holding my cock like this?
I shouldn't have heard that either.
Huh. But there you go. There's the fucking problem.
John, I still consider you a dear, dear friend.
Things got a little intense there. Man, it's a train wreck.
Turn that off and come here. Got something to say to your mother. I might as well tell you at the same time.
It's almost over.
Now. I've been thinking about things, me living out there. And I decided it's probably not a good idea.
What's going on?
I was just telling everybody it's probably better if I don't live here anymore.
Because I wanted to stay in there with you? I won't ask. I just got pissed off.
He asked to live with you?
No way, Jay. Come here. That's not why.
Where are you gonna go?
Don't worry about it.
You should go back to counseling.
better this way.
We'll make that decision. We'll get a place. You will go and visit. It'll be better. You'll see.
Well, you guys could still get back together, maybe, right?
Yeah, sure. But we're still close.
God, is there nothing to eat in this house?
Be careful.
Be at the plaza.
All right, one more season down as I'm dragging my green screen with my chair. There we go. One more season down. This has been a journey. 13 episodes, season 4. Let's talk about it. This season really dealt with a lot of loss. I think that was the central theme of the entire season. It's just how people deal with loss. And, you know, it's one of those things, man, when I watch the show and I really think about things. I mean, but that when Tony was deciding in that moment to leave the house, you know, in that moment, kind of wanted to tear up a little bit. I'm not even kidding you. I held back the tears because it's one of those things in life. As I said, I don't like to see it on screen. I don't like to experience it in real life either. Is to see people split up. And I'm not saying for, you know, the reasons for the split up might even be valid. And they might even be better off without each other. But it's still just this weird sinking feeling that I get when people split up, you know, especially when it's people that are close to you, you know. So when it comes on to Carmela and Tony, because I've been watching them now back and forth, their dynamic has been up and down, which is what relationships are. You know what I'm saying? Is what relationships are. I can't sit here and say that I don't feel some sort of way about them splitting up. It's sad because they are a couple. They are the couple of the series. So, you know, it really does make me question what's coming up in season 5 and season 6. Are they going to get back together? When you're arguing, you're always trying to hurt each other. You get what I'm saying? This is a tough one to review. I'm not even going front. This is a tough season to review. It is. This season 4. I think this is probably the first time that I've actually sat down here to do one of these season reviews, and not only do I not really know where to start, it's more of like there's so many things that they tackled during the season, being lost one of them, that is kind of hard to just go with it. You know what I mean? So for me, and from my experience watching this season 4 in the space of, whatever, in about 14 hours or so, I would like to say that this is probably the best season I've watched so far. I would like to say that. I mean, they did so many things. This show keeps surprising me. Season by season, it keeps getting better. I still think season 1 is the strongest season they had. They did a lot in season 1. Season 4, let's just talk about the relationship between Tony and Carmela for a little bit, right? Strap in, because this is going to be a long one, because I want to talk about everything that I remember during the season and touch on some other things as well. Let's talk about their relationship first. Throughout the years, now that we know that they're going to be officially separated, officially divorced, right? They dealt with that stuff during this season where Carmela was trying to get the trust set up for the kids and her, just in case anything happens to Tony, they would be okay. They would be set up. I don't think that Tony is going to leave her, I don't think he's going to leave her stranded out there with nothing. I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to give her legally what she can get, but I think at the same time he's still going to give her more than she can get when it comes on to, the split, right? I think even though she's entitled to 50-50, like 50% in the divorce, he's gonna go above and beyond to make sure that the kids are okay and that she's okay. I believe that. So throughout the season, they kind of went back and, kind of sort of build their relationship a little bit, but at the same time showing that Tony is still fooling around and stuff like that. He had, Valentina, then he ends up sleeping with Svetlana. Then, Irina came back into the picture. It was so many different things that they set up during the season. Brilliantly done, by the way, by them. The way how they set things up to make it work for us, the audience, for us to understand that, everything is kind of coming to an head. The way how they throughout the season, they kind of show the relationship between Furio and Carmela, and they still, every time Carmela is in the vicinity to cheat, they made sure that her character never went the lengths, never went that far. That is a conscious choice they made to save her character, to let us have, I think that if she had cheated once, even though I feel like she did cheat, you get what I'm saying? Because she did kiss that one dude back, I think it was last season. She kissed that one dude. That was, I'm trying to remember who he was related to again. It was related to somebody that was around, right? So I really, they saved their character, because I think if they had let her cheat, like go all the way, to do, sex, I think if it went there, I would be sitting here saying something bad about her character and saying y'all deserve each other. But I think they still deserve each other. That wouldn't have changed my mind otherwise, because the thing about it is this: Carmela has been loyal. When you are giving your attention and whatever to another man, that's considered cheating to me. And I dare to say most men. You don't necessarily have to sleep with a guy for me to call it cheating. because I feel like if you are getting any type of, you know, attention or stuff like that, we consider that cheating. It might not be cheating on a sexual level, but we consider it cheating. That's the reason why, you know, nowadays, if I have a girl, you get what I'm saying, and she has like an Instagram following, and she's posting, not, you know what I'm saying, posting pictures on there, you know, posing a certain way. You guys know what I'm talking about. We will ask you to shut it down. We will ask you to shut it down. I think most men are doing that these days, because most of these girls out here, you know what I mean, they have these huge Instagram, Facebook, whatever following that they, you know, they be posting those pictures of them in yoga pants and shit like that. It's the thirst trap, right? And we ask them to get rid of that. Mind you, a lot of women don't want to get rid of that because they want to keep that attention coming in, you know? So that's considered cheating to us. That's just my opinion. It's how I feel about it. I feel like if a girl, and you may look at it simple, but you giving your attention to another guy, that's why Tony almost lost it, because it's not, you know what I'm saying, she didn't go anywhere. She was just thinking about the dude, and he got mad. That's how we're wired. That's how we are wired. Because it's not even about, she didn't say anything, she didn't have nothing to do, she was just thinking about him. She said she fell in love with him and all of this other stuff. And that hurt. That hurts. Now, does it excuse Tony's behavior? No, it does not. It doesn't excuse him. I've told you guys multiple times, there's nothing that you could tell me that could excuse his behavior. Nothing I say excuses his behavior towards her. But in my mind, both of them were doing, she was flirting with Furio and all of this other stuff. I'm not saying she went as far as Tony did. I'm saying it's still a level of cheating that men wouldn't tolerate. That's what I'm saying, right? So the decision has come down now. They had a huge fight, some very words thrown at each other, and it's hurt. It hurts. It hurts me because of, you know, I really wanted them to, you know, get to the end of the show together, to be honest. I really did. But here we are. I know a lot of people is going to be like, she should have left him a long time ago. I believe so too. But guess what? Just like what Tony said, the lifestyle. It's the lifestyle that I'm providing for you. That's what you're here for. And then, as always, women are always going to say, oh, you think this is all about things. Well, dear, if it wasn't all about things, if it was, I mean, of course, the things are good, and you accepted all the gifts, didn't you? You never said once, Tony, you could just get me flowers and I would be okay. You accepted those gifts, you smiled, and you hugged him. And you say, you know, thank you. And you kiss him. You never once said, this is too much. So obviously Carmela was enjoying the lifestyle. She loved the lifestyle. Tony even said that she's the reason why they ended up buying this big house. She is for her. Right? Which most of the time it is. Most of the time when if a married couple is deciding to buy a house or a car or anything like that, most of the time it's because of the wife's influence. It's never, not never, but most of the time it's because of her. It's for her. You get what I'm saying? So she can be comfortable, you know. Let me mention this. Another thing that happened during the season, the situation with Johnny Sachs became a very central character throughout the season. Of course, the ups and downs with Paulie coming out of, ever since Paulie came out of prison, from when he was in prison, right? He came out. We found out that he's still communicating with Johnny Sachs. That's how season 3 ended. And the situation with Paulie is that he thought he was gonna end up switching families, so he was kind of like just shooting the breeze with Johnny, not knowing that this man is not talking him up with Carmine at all, because he thought that he could probably switch families, you know, so he's trying to get in good with them. Come to find out, this man has not been telling Carmine anything at all. He was just trying to get information from Paulie so he can react or whatever. Just getting information. That's how he was knowing about all the deals. Paulie was the one that was telling him about all the deals that were going on. They keep finding out about the deals. It's like, who's talking? It's because of him. Why they keep coming back talking about, oh, we heard about this, that, and the third. We want a piece. It's because of him. And I don't know if Tony's gonna ever find out for sure that it was Paulie. I don't think he would kill him over that. But I do believe that he was wrong on that part. So I'm not giving him an excuse to do anything. You know what I mean? So when it comes on to Paulie now is trying to get back into Tony's good graces by, you know, talking him up, stuff like that, because he was kind of distant when he was talking to Johnny and stuff. And then the situation with Johnny wanting to kill Carmine so he can take over as boss. And that's another issue too, because, you know, killing the boss of a family is a big deal. You know what I'm saying? There's rules against these things. You know, and if it does get decided, you know, I guess all the families gotta agree to it, gotta be with it. All the other families, I think there's like 5 families, so 4 families have to agree on that boss being terminated, you know, based on their actions, whatever. So all in all, Tony didn't want to look suspicious. So after Carmine decided, okay, I'll settle for 15%, he decided to call off the hit based on, you know, that he got a feeling that he was being set up. Right? He had this feeling that he was being set up. So it became a little weird. It became a little weird, to say the least. And it turns out that that really wasn't the case. Johnny Sachs really wanted Carmine dead so he could take over. So now they might be setting up season 5, you know, for Johnny Sachs to probably take action. And, you know, he's like, he can't trust Tony now, you know, and all this other stuff. So I don't know what they're going to do or what they're preparing to do for season 5, because every season is like a surprise with the continuation of the story, and they're doing an excellent job of that. So I don't even really want to make any predictions for season 5, because as I said, with these characters, you never know. You really never know what's going to happen. So for me, you know, I think those were the 2 things that really carried the season, was the relationship between Carmela and Tony, and the Paulie, Johnny, Carmine situation, you know, and the deals that were made and stuff like that. Those were the things that really carried the season this season. The situation with Bobby losing his wife Karen came as a shock, of course, because we literally just met her. You know what I mean? And I don't know if she ever showed up in the series before. Maybe she did, I just didn't clock it. But Bobby, as always, you know, as I said, strong but soft. It's weird. It's like a freaking oxymoron. You know what I'm saying? Strong but soft dude. I don't like the idea of him being with Janice. Janice is a A1 manipulator. I don't like the idea of anybody being with Janice. Janice is the type of person that should never have a husband. She should never be with anyone. She is manipulative by nature. She doesn't give a damn about anybody else. She pretends like she does to get what she wants. That's who she is, right? You guys have also told me that it's because Livia's the actress that played Livia, she died, you know, because she had cancer, I believe, and that's the reason why they decided to keep bring Janice back into the show, because they needed that personality back, right? This show has showed me that TV can be great, and I think a lot of the shows that we watch today, as you guys have mentioned before, that this was the break-in, this was the breakthrough, this was the trend setter, if you will, of shows. A lot of shows that we see today, that has been great. It created a formula that these things can be shown on TV, you know, and just you can take some steps to really dive in to your characters and not just leave them there. I can imagine that shows like Boardwalk Empire, you know what I'm saying, took a lot from this show. And I've watched Boardwalk Empire. That was another story in Jersey as well, way before the you know, the Sopranos time, of course. This was way back, you know what I mean. This was like during the Al Capone time and stuff like that. So Boardwalk Empire was pretty good show as well. One of my favorite TV shows of all time, to be honest. If you have not seen Boardwalk Empire, check it out. It's a really great show. So yeah, man, when it comes on to The Sopranos season 4, I can't stress enough how much of a ride it was just watching this show, just relaxing and watching, you know. This is a show where when you listen to the dialogue and, you know, watch the cinematography and everything that they're trying to do, and the problems, you know, they tackled loss, they tackled drug addiction, they tackled you know, marriage, divorce, this season. They tackled, you know, just overall loyalty, after all, you know what I mean. So there's so many things that they really brought into perspective for you as a, you know, as a person that's probably not acknowledging certain things about your own self, you know. So just watching this series, sometimes it brings up some stuff that you're like, okay, you know, maybe that's a perspective that I never really see, or I never really understood, or I never really saw it through those lens. And now I can, you know what I mean? Now I can see that perspective. I can argue that perspective if needs be, right? So, you know, one of the things that I love about TV show and media, and the reason why the style of commenting that I do, and it's not just, oh, I'm watching a show and I'm just going to talk about the show. You get what I'm saying? I'm not that kind of person. I never will be, because at this day and age of my age and stuff like that, I feel like everything that I consume should be teaching me something. And not every time it does, but at the same time, I want the majority of whatever I consume helps me to understand other people, at least, and to see things from different perspective. You know, watching other shows from across the world, like how I'm watching Nirvana in Fire right now, like how I just watched Squid Game. Just watching different media, learning about different culture and how they operate. Like in Nirvana and Fire, I have a couple of people there that are teaching me about, you know, the Chinese language, and also just the Chinese culture in general, what it was like back in those times, and things that even exist to this day as well. So that's what I'm talking about when I say we need to get together. We need to come together and understand each other a lot more. Why can't we all just get along may seem like a trivial question, but at the same time, it's a very real question. You know, it's just crazy to think that in this world that we live, we always got to be butting heads with someone. And we can sit here and be like, hey, that's a part of life, which is very true. It is a part of life. And you're going to go through life hoping that nobody ever, you don't get anybody angry enough for them to come at you with a pistol, right? You hope that day never presents itself, you know? So this show really does put certain things into perspective, especially for me. I can't praise season 4 enough for dealing with so many things. Adriana having to choose between Christopher and ratting on the mob, and she really doesn't know much. She really does not know much. So it's really hard to press her for information because she's not involved like that. She might see things happen, but she really can't tell much. Everything she's telling them is a bit vague. It's like, all right, he went there, but I don't know what they did there. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know what the angle is for the FBI there. I don't know if they're going to end up turning Christopher into a rat. I don't know what is going to happen. You know, they dealt with so many different things this season, and all of them made sense. All of them put a different perspective on how I see certain things, to be honest, right? So I really do thank them for that. The writers are doing an excellent job in this show. I can see why The Sopranos was a trendsetter. I can see why it developed into a highly recommended series to watch. I can see why, you know. So I really do appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in for season 4. It was a great season. I'm gonna give this season, even though I don't think I've rated any of the Sopranos seasons yet. So I'm not gonna do that here. I'm not gonna do that here. I was about to do that. But I'll do a series review and then rate the series at the end of the series before I watch the movie. I will definitely do that at the end of season 6. But it's been a great run so far, man. These characters are growing. I don't know, man. AJ is probably going to be in college in season 5. I don't know. He doesn't know what his future holds, and that's why I said that one of the things that they highlighted during the season as well for AJ is that he makes these decisions, and the thing about it is that he's allowed to make these decisions, these dumb decisions, you know, and it just goes to show you that no matter how high in life kids are, they still experiences the very same things any teenager would experience, unless their parents, I should say, unless their parents like coddle them too much or shelter them too much from certain things, which is not what happens in these shows. You know, AJ still gets to go out there and kind of experience things. Now, when I was 16 years old, I wasn't allowed to do certain things. Yes, you can hang out with friends, but coming home late at night, that was a no-no. You get what I'm saying? That was a no-no. At 16, yes, at 16, that was a no-no. You don't come home late. You know, you still respect the curfew. You still do that no matter what. Respect goes a long way, which is something that none of these two kids have for their parents. Neither Meadow or AJ has respect for their parents, and it's trickled down from them. It really is. It's trickled down from the parents, so you can't even blame them for the way how they are. You know what I'm saying? You still love them as characters, but at the same time, it's like, can you lay off? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the writers are trying to let us hate the kids as well. You know what I mean? But they are kids, so there's that excuse. Meadow is an adult now. She's living on her own, which is great and stuff like that, but she was still very shaken up by her parents' divorce, which is always, as much as you think it may be hard on the parents, it's always harder on the kids. because they don't understand why it is happening. You get what I'm saying? Because it's not something, if you're used to something, you're on the earth for 20 years and you're used to something, you're used to coming home, seeing your dad, seeing your mom. You know, it's tough to come home one day and hear, oh, we're going to split up. I'm not going to live here anymore. That's tough. You know, it hurts them. It hurts them. They don't want to see that. They don't want to experience that. They lose hope. They lose hope in their future relationships as well. They don't want to get involved with anybody. You know what I'm saying? They feel like now I'm just going to be alone. You know what I mean? It was a great season. It was a great season. If I left out any points that you think I should have made or I should have talked about, put it in the comment section. I will respond in kind of what I thought about it. If you had any questions about anything you wanted my thoughts on, leave it in the comment section. I will respond in kind. So let me know. Anyways, guys, it's been a wonderful season, season 4. I will see you guys whenever these episodes come out. By the time you see this episode, just remember, we always take a 1-week break before we come back. So if we end the season on a Wednesday or a Thursday in the week, don't expect Sopranos to start the next week, man. This is the only time that this is going to happen. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because I have the time to do it. And I didn't have anything else planned to record this weekend. And that's the reason why I said, let me knock out this shit in one day and get her done. Remember this, guys. I know you're watching this episode. You're watching this review. 1 week. 1 week. I need that break to get back into the series. Even though it's going to take me another 2 weeks to get back to the series. Right? But there's other stuff on the channel that I have to record as well. And I have to dedicate a day, sometimes half a day, or, you know, half a day and another half of another day to get the Sopranos season done. I can't watch the Sopranos during the week, so I have to do it on weekends. So guess what? It's either I'm going to do half the season on Saturday and half on Sunday, or I'm going to do it in one day, which is what I just did. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. As always, make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Just understand that, all right? And I will catch you guys for season 5 whenever that drops. I'll see you guys then. Peace.